Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us with Success Without Borders. Today we have Cesar Beltran here, a new entrepreneur, and I'm a big fan of his mezcal, and I want him to talk about all that today. We're going to talk about all the fears that come up as being an entrepreneur. Cesar, please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, well thank you Medica for having me here. I am very excited to talk about a little bit of my recent newest venture, which is Mia Casta, which is a mezcal brand that we just launched a year ago.
Tell us a little bit about the story about Mia Casta, but before that,
Okay.
when we start the show Success Without Borders, we talk about, I used to start it with gratitude, but you get over gratitudes and then people forget. So I want you to think about a recent random act of kindness that you have received that made your day, and I want to say gave you hope in humanity again.
Oh my God. I guess people believing in myself, just people always lining up behind me, and providing just words of affirmation, for me to continue doing what I'm doing. Just conversations with people, is what I believe it'll uplift people the most,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to share one because I
Okay,
want to share
go
one
for it.
too, and I thought this was super cute. You know my daughter Victoria.
Yeah.
The other day we went to your store.
Okay.
There was this lady asking for money outside of your store, and she was like, "Mommy, let's go ask her what's her problem and let's give her money."
Oh, well, yeah.
So if a 5-year-old can have the heart to do something like that, I think we all can put a little bit of ourselves out there and share, right?
Yes, exactly. Especially for such a young age, to actually see a problem, and having the courage, to try to reach out to see the need, which is a lot of people lack that. And for a 5-year-old to do it, yeah, props to you as a mother, because that comes from you.
I try. I
Yeah.
try. Well, I thought that was super cute. She's like, let's go give her money. Let's go give her food. She's like, let's go ask her what the problem is. I'm like, no, we can't go ask.
Yeah, for sure. You can't. People can feel attacked, if you ask, but if just having just the courage to go and just providing something that they need, to me, it goes a long way.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for everyone supporting Mia Casta. I know it's been a project long in the making.
Yes, it has.
Years.
Yes, it has. The idea came in 2018. I was like, maybe I can do a mezcal brand. I don't know how, where to start, who to go with, and so I just kind of put it on hold. I was like, okay, it'll come to me. The path will align, and then it happened again. The thought didn't occur until 2021 again. So 2021 comes around, I was like, okay, this is pandemic year. Things are moving a lot slower, so I think this is the right time maybe to start all the processes that it takes to get a company started, because it's a company that is not in the U.S. It's a company that's built in Mexico, and then you start a company in the U.S. So you have to have both companies work hand in hand. So yeah, it was challenging, very challenging. It took me, from 2021 to 2024 to get it established and get it in the United States.
Well, I want you to give yourself the credit, and I want everyone else out there hearing this, right? It didn't start in 2021. It started in 2018.
It did. In my head.
The dream.
The dream, starting to put it together. And also, I had to learn about mezcal. Yes, I love to drink it. But did I know how it was produced, what plants it came from, which magueys, the regions, and all that it took, behind? I didn't know. I was just like, I like mezcal. And it's something that's up and coming. Tequila's been dominating the agave spirit industry for a very, very long time. And I was like, okay, mezcal, started doing research. It's supposed to grow up to 5.2 billion in the next 10 years. So I was like, okay, maybe I can get in there before the real rush starts, so that was my plan. But then once I got into it, it took me a little longer than I anticipated. And in 2021, when I started the process, I was looking around how many brands there were and what kind of mezcales there were out there, and I was like, oh, there's only maybe 50 brands that I was that are well set, they give back to the community, they have very established business ethics, But by the time I launched, it was 200. So everybody kind of got behind that movement of the agave world, especially with mezcal. So I learned a lot throughout those years, but I'm happy to be here already selling mi pasta.
Well, you said when you started it was 50 brands, and then when you actually launched it was 200.
Yeah, competition got tough. Yeah.
So tell me about the fears and the thoughts that came up, because I'm sure at some point during that process you wanted to quit.
Oh yeah, there was not just once, multiple times. Especially like the beginning stages of trying to get a company started, either being a corporation, an LLC. In Mexico is a little different, but when I thought, I was like, okay, a pandemic year, it can be beneficial because I can take my time. But Mexico got affected a little more than we did, and it was just to get permits going. It was just so much time. Like it would take me 6 months to get one permit, and I didn't only need one. I needed like 10. So it would be like, I would miss an appointment, and I would have to travel like every other month just to sign paperwork, because Mexico is a little old school. You still have to be in person meetings. It's not like here you can just send me the link, I'll sign it, and we're done. But no, Mexico, having to fly sometimes even 3 times a month, just for one signature. And then things were, I was just missing appointments, and they'll give me another appointment in like 3 months. And it was just very discouraging. And I was like, is this even the right move? Like, I'm wasting a lot of time. Is this even gonna happen? And being realistic, I just didn't know where to go. Like, yes, I've always done business with my family. My family's like coached me. My mother, Val, she's always like point me in the right direction, where to go with business. But in this case, it was an industry that nobody knew. Nobody, like my friends, like nobody was into the liquor industry. So I was like, okay, I just need to educate myself and just take the time, wait around, and it did. But it was, yeah, I would like, you know what, I'm quitting because I know what I'm doing. No one can help me. So why did I get into this, if I don't have the backup? But I would just go to bed, and I was like, wake up the next day, I was like, I can do this. I told myself I was gonna do this. There's no quitters here. So it was day after day of just waiting around, and then there was a point I was like, you know what, I'm already too deep in. I was like, I'm gonna do it no matter what it is. So, and it happened. But yeah, probably tried to quit 50 times. Easily, yeah. So, but it was fun. It was fun. I learned a lot through the process, and I'm still learning. I'm still new. This company just, to me, is like my little baby. I'm still like trying to understand how far I can take this. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you tell someone that today woke up with a dream? And it doesn't have to be mezcal, right? It can be anything. What would you tell someone today that they just woke up and they wanted to start a business, and it's just a dream, it's just an idea? What did you tell yourself? And
every business, everything comes from a dream. Everything comes from a little idea that seed was planted. It could be planted like 10 years ago, and it's just thinking around your head. But I just tell myself, like, if you set your mind, just like set realistic goals though. Like, have a nice agenda. Like, okay, what do you need to do in your life? What changes you need to make to get to where you want to be to create a company. It's not overnight. So just a lot of patience. I think
darn, guys, it's not overnight.
A lot of patience. A lot of patience. Just courage, discipline. Discipline is also one of the keys. Because without it, and then don't jump any steps. Don't take any shortcuts. Learn and just digest everything that's going on, and then just absorb everything you can through the process. But yeah, I say any idea can become a business. Just stick with it. You just gotta stick with it.
You said you have to change your lifestyle and be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest thing that you can say and you want to share with the public that you have changed about yourself, about your life, your daily habits that have gotten you here, and that will continue to get you to that next step?
You might not believe this because the last time I saw you were out and about, but I limited my outings. I limited a little bit of my.
The last 2 times I've seen you.
Yeah, and you have now that I'm really deep in the business, now you have to be going out because I'm in the liquor industry. My clients, they support me, so I have to give back to them. So yeah, I go out and but before that, it was social life was existing, but it wasn't like I was before. So going out, just wasting time, it was always dialed in. Your agenda, follow your agenda. Travel cut back on my travel. I used to love to travel, and I couldn't. Why? Financial reasons and timing. If I go on a travel on a trip, like I can't. You say I'm gonna work on my trip, but how realistic is that? So like yeah, social life and just travel life and just literally just every day, just Monday through Sunday. What do I need to do? If it's just one thing that's gonna get me closer to that step, so yeah, eliminating a lot of the distractions in your life, which is hard, because I'm such a social person, like I love just spending time with friends, family, outings, but now like it was very limited, very limited. So that was my biggest, I believe.
I agree with you because the last 2 times we saw each other were the only 2 times I've gone out.
Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I think I've gone out probably 5 times this summer, which is before it was like 5 times in 1 week, maybe. And I'm being a little exaggerated, but yeah, that was one of the things, just dial in, know what you want. It's gonna pay off in 5 years. So just do it for 5 years, hard every day, and then it'll happen.
Okay.
And so I'm still in the mindset. It's still the same way. I wake up every day. What's today? What need to get accomplished to get to the next? Because yeah, you have a company established, but the company's just here. What's next? And then what's next? So it's never just because you got the business, all you're good. No, I'm still not happy about it. Like still, yes, I'm happy, but I just want more and more. Which is, that's with everything in life, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah.
Today I was talking with a friend, and this might go for you too, right? I was sharing this with them. It's like, they're like, well, what do you want? I'm like, you know what? And before, we were talking about a sports car because I drive like a maniac.
Okay.
A good maniac, even though I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Yes. But they're like, I was like, there's a reason why God hasn't given me a sports car.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, God gives you whatever you want. You just didn't feel like you deserve it. I'm like, you're so right. You are so right. I'm like, you know what? I want everything. I deserve everything. I don't even know what everything is, but I know I want it and I deserve it.
Yeah.
So is that how you feel too? In that
Yeah.
aspect of your business, right? It's you want it all.
Want it all. I mean, I believe in myself, and I just like the more you put yourself out there, the more you want, of course. Like it just goes. I don't know. Just keep growing as a person. So yeah, you develop like different needs, different wants. So just yeah. So.
Have you ever noticed, or have any of your friends from the past fizzled away in the sense of, or are they still keeping up with you with the hustle, right? Like,
all my friends are keeping up.
Good.
Why? Because every single one of them is in the hustle.
Good.
Every single one. I have 5 really close friends, and out of all 5, they all started companies. We all started companies around the same time, 2020, 2021, 2022. And it was funny because yesterday we have a group chat, and one of them sent a video. It was like, who's still working? It was like 6:30 p.m. at the office. I was still at the office too. I sent a picture, and then everybody just started sending pictures. It was almost 7 p.m. and we're all still dialed in our computer doing whatever we need to do. And it was like, I'm getting like goosebumps, because like every single of my friends, and it's a group chat of 11 individuals, they were all still hustling. It's like, it doesn't stop. It's like, when have I not worked? Yeah, and so I was like, yeah, it doesn't stop. And it's not gonna stop. Yeah.
So what matters most, comfort or sacrifice?
Sacrifice.
Why?
I mean, you gotta sacrifice if you want more, right? I mean, comfort, like, what do you gain from comfort? Just living in the same life. I think it's gonna get boring with time. Just living day to day. Like sacrifice something to gain something in the future, and not just like. To me, it's like I learned it from my parents. My parents have sacrificed so much, and that was just kind of like me growing up, seeing the risks they were willing to take, even though we're a huge family. I have a lot of siblings, so risking everything you have in front of you just so you can provide for them later, like it's gonna get rewarded eventually. So yeah, props to my parents for that.
Well, to your mom, to that credit, she said something to me when I met her, and it stuck with me. And she's so right. She said, "Debt is debt, right? You could owe $5 or you could owe $5 million. It's the same thing."
Yeah, that is so true. Because you owe $5, you maybe make it 2. You owe $5 million because you're making $1 million or 2. too, you know. So yeah, it's the same, goes hand in hand. That is, she's never told me that, but I'm gonna bring it up
Yeah.
when I see her. Yeah.
That was some good advice.
Yeah.
That was some
for
really
sure.
good advice, and I'm glad, Red, that I actually have been able to partake in your family because I've seen that. I've seen that sacrifice.
You've been from there, from the beginning stages of our business, our ventures, you know. And
Yeah.
You've seen it grow, and it's still we're still on an incline, you know. It's still, we haven't plateaued in life, you know. So like we stay hungry, and my parents are, they're in their 50s, you know, and they're still so hungry, you know. So that drives me even more too, seeing that they want more and more. So usually some people by that age, you know, they're like, start getting a little more content, you know, like we have a good life, you know. Our kids are doing great, but they, like, on, what was it, Saturday, I'm at a grand opening restaurant, I'm representing my brand, and then I get a message from my mom, what do you think of this investment? I'm like, damn, you want more? I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So yeah, so like, it's just, I love when I receive texts like that from my parents, like, what's next? Let's do it. I'm like, let's sit down, talk about it. So.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things that I admire as your unit, right? Because I consider family as a business.
Yes.
And
it's transactional.
I don't think it's transactional. I think it's
like,
more.
What you bring, everybody has to bring something, you know,
right.
into the equation. I feel like that's
right.
what I mean by transaction. Not like I receive, I get, you know, like no, like it's like everybody has to provide.
Right, and that's. I see that more as partnership, right?
Okay.
And I have gotten some flashback on, let's call them friends and acquaintances in my life where I'm like, my number one business is my family.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my actual business, it's my family. Why? Because I want my family to succeed.
Yeah.
And I mean my kids and myself.
Yeah.
And whoever wants to be part of my family, right?
Yeah.
The requirement is you got to be hustling with us.
Yeah.
And part of something that I tell my kids is, I told this to my 16-year-old a few years ago, I'm like, whatever I build, if you do not qualify yourself to run it, you are not getting it.
Yeah, that is, yeah. That's, yeah, I love that. I love what you said, because you have to, no, just because it's your family, doesn't mean you're going to pursue it. You have to prove yourself, you know, because, I mean, you can lose a business quick, you know that. It can go under quick, so you have to earn it. And with us, like, we are a great team. There's 6 of us, you know, so like everybody has a role within our company. Everybody has a different role. We try to help each other, you know, in the best we can, but everybody knows what they're there for, and our main goal is to eventually retire our parents, you know, but we all know exactly what we need to do, and we know the timeline we have for that to happen. So.
And what I love too, right, it's not just one thing, right? It's kind of going back to business partners. And while I love your dynamic is everyone dedicates themselves, it's one unit, but everyone has a niche, right?
Yeah.
Someone does one thing,
yeah.
Another one is a professional here, someone's a professional here. Everyone has different expertise
Correct.
that they bring to the table. And you might not have a family of 6 and be able to have 6 business partners that are providing for your business, but go out and find those 5, 6, 10 business partners that bring a piece to the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I see, and I can tell you I've struggled myself, right, is you try to bring people in with that intention of creating with them, and a lot of these people think you're out there to take from them.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah. I mean,
so it's easier when it's family, it's like
it's easier when it's family, but at the same time, like, it does have its challenges, you know. You don't wanna, like, how am I trying to say, like if someone is slacking, you know, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm considered like a manager over my brothers, you know, but if they're slacking, and for me to coach them or tell them exactly what to do, sometimes they can get offended, you know, because they're trying to, like, oh, but you're my brother, like, why are you telling me things in such a way, you know? I was like, at the end of the day, yes, we're brothers, you know, but at the end of the day, there's a structure in the company. Like, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I tell you, like, you can't get offended by it. You gotta take it as a professional, and that can happen, you know. That's the only downfall with, like, family. Like, It's,
Can I disagree here because I coach businesses
okay.
and
Well, come coach my family a little bit. I'm joking.
I've tried.
Yeah, I've tried. Yeah.
And it's honestly that happens everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's
Doesn't-
family.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's just family members. I've seen it within business partners, right?
Okay.
Because it goes back to the same thing. When you're in business with someone, when you work with someone,
You create a relationship, right?
exactly. You
Yeah.
create those bonds in that
Yeah.
relationship. You spend so much time with these people that they become your family.
Okay.
So then at some point it becomes personal,
Yeah,
right?
for
so
sure.
then we do have to sometimes get outside opinions
Yeah.
to be able to mediate
Yeah.
mediate these conversations, right? And that's part of the biggest fears that
Yeah.
I see, right, in companies is, I'll tell you right now, I have a client right now. They brought in an investor, right? And I've seen it. People bring in investors. Sometimes people think I'm just gonna give you money and that's it, and I'm just gonna reap the benefits. Well, that can work, yes, but sometimes expectations are not set clearly.
Yes.
So that's the biggest thing, right? And then there's the fear. That's the fear, even within family
Yeah.
units, even with business partners. There's always that fear of, are you going to take advantage of me or not?
Yeah.
Has that ever come across as a fear when you were trying to going out and finding resources to build this business?
To me, there's no fear. I don't have a fear. I've always told my parents, I was like, I don't know the companies, they own the companies, and whatever they want to do with the companies, when they want to retire, like, I'm okay. Like, I don't care
They still
how
own the
this
companies?
how the split is, like, I don't care how the split is, yes, I'm a part of some of the companies, like, but at the end of the day, like,
I'm talking about they should put them in trusts.
they are in trust, they
Good.
are.
Good.
But yes, everything is
Thank
very
you.
well established now
Good,
as far
thank
as the
you.
trust, But no, I've always told myself like, nah, like if this company has to go to someone else, like it's fine. Why? Because I know my work ethic. I know what I'm capable of. I'm never like they've done it before, started from zero. I'm not worried. Like not even 1 ounce of scared of it. Like, oh, what happens if I start over?
Well, it goes.
No.
You know who I have a friend. Do you know who Dan Pena is?
No, I don't know.
You're gonna have to find out who Dan Pena is.
Okay.
I got compared to Dan Pena. You're gonna laugh when you see
Okay.
who Dan Pena is. You're gonna be like, damn, that is
What does he do?
accurate. He is a trillionaire and he's a
Oh.
badass.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm not leaving shit to my kids.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you
I
see
agree.
that more and more.
And I
Yeah.
agree with him, right? He said, Andrew Carnegie said, the best thing that can happen to your kids is for them to be born in poverty.
Yeah.
Right? Because then that happens. We get that burn, that hustle,
Yeah.
right? So it goes back to what you're saying. It doesn't matter what happens or who they give it to or whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have the capability to turn around
Yeah.
and get up faster each time.
Yeah.
Because of our experience. They
Not
can't
just
take
our
anything.
experience, and I mean, in today's world, like everything is there for you. We have access, unlimited access to
Information.
Resources are right, like they're there. Just got to take advantage of them, and then that's where I'm like, yeah, you want to start something, and now everything that's going so digital, there's so many opportunities. Like going back to the mezcal, sometimes did I regret starting this company? I was like, a little bit, because maybe I could have started something else that was, man, it's just digital, like kind of capitalize on the online market. Alcohol is hard to sell online. It's hard to push online. There's a lot of regulations, that you have to follow through, and there's a lot of other different ideas that now come to mind. Maybe they'll come to fruition later in life. That just capitalizing on the web, because you have a further reach.
So I'm gonna say, and this is my advice to you.
Yeah.
Considering you said this dream started in 2018, 1920, and it took you 3 years to get it going. And if you have an idea to do something else, don't wait another 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Again, you just said you're a hustler, so
I mean,
go out and hustle, make
yeah.
your dreams happen.
I have a meeting coming up next week. No one knows about it, but it's another venture. Yeah.
Good.
So.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and it happened out of nowhere. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this. I'm gonna listen to this individual and then see what happens from it. So.
Good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. 'Cause yeah, you have a baby company, but then why not? You can have multiple, right?
Yeah. Fuck it is my solution here.
Might as well, you know. We only have one life, and I mean, if it fails, it fails. But at least I tried it. Yeah. So.
If I were to start a new company today, with your current experience and what you've gone through and what you've lived through, what would you tell me? What would your advice be to me if I'm scared? If I'm hearing saying, Cesar, I want to sell chicles in the street and I want to be the best person to sell chicles out there. Chicles is gum, guys.
Well, I mean, if that's what you want, I mean, no matter what it is, right? You know,
exactly.
You give an example. Put time into it. Like, it's just sacrifice your time.
But I have kids. But I have a job. I got a mortgage. But I got all this stuff. I can't do that. What about whatever?
Of course you can. Of course you can. You have. Is there people around you at this point? Even if there wasn't, you know, like there are things that you can cut back.
Of course, of course.
Cut back your sleep. Cut back this, you know. Cut back a few things, you know, like stay up at night. You know, you don't have time, but do your research at night. You have 5 minutes in between this, you know. Try to like just schedule, like always have your agenda filled to the rim, you know. Like yes, it's exhausting. It could be exhausting, you know. But that's just part of it. Like if you want it, you have to work, and then that's with everything, like school, job, family. You just gotta put in time. But if you want it,
go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it.
But yeah. What else? What else you got for me? Because I'm already liking this conversation. I was a little scared. Like, what is she gonna ask? What is she gonna ask? You know, I was like, am I gonna have the right answers? You know, but there's no wrong answers.
There is no wrong answers. So, there is definitely no wrong answers. And I love how you were a little scared.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And
that's just part of it. Also, like being able to communicate and talk about your idea, you know, and your company, you know, like that's also a thing I didn't like think about, you know, like okay, I have a brand. Okay, this brand, what's the purpose of this company, you know, like what's my story? Like I was like, okay, I started this company, I was like, okay, oh, sorry. It's like now I have to talk about it. Now I have to explain to people what is it about, why they are like it. So I was like, I didn't think about it. Now a year ago, having me in this camera would have been like a lot more challenging than it is now, you know, because now I just put myself out there. I was like, wow, if I see something wrong, you know, just correct me. And if you don't like it, well, I mean, it's part of life, you know. But
my motto is #fuck it.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I like it. So
you can say it on air, it's fine.
So yeah, that's where I'm at now. Like now, like coaching myself to like deliver my idea. Because things don't sell themselves, you know.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't, and I think that's what I see the biggest problem with a lot of businesses is whatever trades, any type of business, they're like, I have an idea, and kind of going back to your competition comment earlier that you said, I've had a lot of clients that come with business ideas and they're like, oh, but so and so is selling the product now, and so over there is selling the product, and so oh, but and then they stop. Yeah. So something that I tell my clients is, I didn't know you were a thief. I didn't know you were a thief.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, what? What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Where's this going? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I didn't know that you were gonna rob people from trying your mezcal. Okay. From trying your mission, your vision, your purpose, right? Because it don't matter if there is 200, 300, 500 brands of mezcal. There is only one Cesar.
Yeah. And
the fact that you quit, you're stealing from the people out there to be able to experience that part.
Yeah. No, I mean, the one thing I am proud of, there's 500 companies, but there's not that many good established brands that are agave spirits that are owned by Mexicans anymore. So like distilling, I feel like it comes from other parts of the world, you know.
But I'm talking about just you, right? Your essence.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. You asked me, why did I do this? I'm like, I just got thrown into this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't want to be on camera. The same thing.
Yeah.
But then I had to tell myself this. Damn, I didn't know, America, that you were a thief. That you were gonna steal the opportunity of people to hear you, because not everyone speaks like I do. I'm a pusher, right?
You are the. I've always known since I know you. I was like, yeah, you're a go-getter. Like you're a little bit of a hard ass. You know? Yeah.
And we need.
You can be intimidating a little bit, you know, because you come out like strong, which is great. I mean, that's gonna take you places, you know. If they can't stand toe to toe, you know, like then they can't do the business with you.
And it goes back to that, right? Sometimes I'm like, I have to tell myself this, and it's like, you're stealing from people if you don't give to them.
Yeah.
Because not everyone's gonna push like you. Not everyone. My coach.
Yeah.
My coach. I love my coach. I have a coach as well, right? Everyone needs help.
Yeah.
And she's very soft. She's very mellow.
Yeah.
She's very, if you're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what I needed at that point. But I am your coach. That's like.
Yeah. I mean, when I started the company, I was so soft, like as far as like my approach to accounts and how I would sell my product. I was so soft, just kind of like stepping on eggshells. But I got to a point like 6 months later. I was like, no, I'm coming for you. I'm stealing your accounts. I mean, I believe in my product, and I created it for a reason, and I stand by it. So now, like my approach is, yeah, it's a little bit of a hard ass, you know, like, hey, you want this? Where do you want to go? Like, this is what I've offered. This is what I have. You know, like, why are you with that company? Tell me what they're offering. What is their mission statement? Where are they coming from? What are they doing back? What are they doing for the community? And I'm like now it's like, nah, there's no time of being like, yeah, there's no time to getting walked all over, you know.
So let's talk about that transition, right? You said I was soft,
Yeah.
and because there was fears in there.
Of
right?
course, I was new. I was so new. Like,
what were the thoughts?
What is mi casa? I was just like, okay, I don't want to get anybody upset, you know. Like, it's a new company. Like, who's gonna stand by my side? Like, who's gonna really support me? And so I would just go I started opening accounts with restaurants that I knew of them, they knew of me, and
the low-hanging fruit, they say.
But the support wasn't there. I was shocked. I was like, okay, these people know me. They know, like, not everybody, you know, just some. I was like, okay, you've known about me starting this project. You're like, oh, I'm gonna support you. And then when it came down, I was like, it wasn't happening. And I was like, nah. I was like, F this. I'm going a different direction. I'm just gonna start going a little more the fuck way, you know. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna do it my way, and I gotta switch the nice way didn't help, you know. Like, I'm not saying I'm trying to overdo it, you know, but I found my way. So like at first and it opened my eyes, you know, like actually like my biggest accounts and whoever hears this, you know, is people that I met in the process of me making the mezcal. Some people that I knew prior to the process, they're there, but I don't have the support like I thought I would. So that's what made me change. I was like, nah, that's not cool, you know. That's not what I would do.
So then tell the audience, right? Tell the people hearing us, right? If you have that business and you think your family, your friends, your close friends, people that you knew are going to support you, it's hard. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah, sometimes they don't.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. I feel like I just kind of sucks, you know. I'm Mexican, born in Mexico, 100% Mexican, you know. But sometimes within our communities, you know, some try to push you down because either they don't want you to get to their level, or they're, I don't know, X, Y, and Z, whatever you want to say. But I feel like that's changing. I feel like through the generations now, you know, like I feel like now, like the younger generation, like yes, we're, especially with everything that's happening in the world, you know, yeah, we're coming closer together, you know, trying to elevate each other. But I feel like the old school a little bit, it was just like, no, like I'm not gonna help you, like I'm just.
It's everyone on their own.
Yeah, everyone on their own, and now it's like coming together. So like, I do give props to the new generations, you know, like I feel like starting with us, you know, and but I feel like it's changing our ways, you know.
Well, Cesar, that's part of why Success Without Borders exists, to build a community.
Yeah.
Because we're here to support each other no matter what. There is no competition, right?
No, there is no competition.
I'm sure at this point you found out that your only competition is yourself.
Yeah. How far can you take it? It's however you want to take it. It's all in your head, you know.
It is. It is. It is. Well, I know you have a meeting. You're
I
an
do.
important businessman now.
Trying to, trying
There
to
is no
jiggle,
trying.
trying to jiggle. Well, I am jiggling a lot. So, but that's what gives fuel to the fire.
There is no trying. Get that word out of your
Sorry,
mouth.
rephrase it. I love what I'm doing, and staying busy is it's just like I said again, fuel to the fire. Like if there's a day that I have nothing in my agenda, my head starts going, okay, what else? Why is there something? I need to do something. I'm doing something wrong. I'm slacking, and just gotta keep pushing. So.
Well, thank you for joining us today here with Success Without Borders. I would love to have you back.
We'll come back.
Now that I got
we'll
you
come
excited.
back. Yeah, now we can go a little more in depth. With.
There's so much we could talk about, right? And I love you sharing here and being comfortable. Even though I threw you under the bus.
No, I love it. That's what I was here for. Like I feel like there's some questions that you're not gonna tell me. That were in your written down, but I love it. Like the challenges. And just get you thinking. I love when somebody gets my brain just like, okay, really trying to get the right answer. There's, like I said, there's no wrong answers, but I was like, okay, I wanted to make a clear message. That if you want it, you can have it. So.
Go get it. It's out there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Here's Cesar Bertran with Mia Casta Mezcal. Go ahead and try it out. I don't know where retailers.
You can find it on. You can go to our website miacasa.com. We deliver in 48 states, or you will also have You can go to our tabs on our website. You can go to maps and you can find it, and it'll have a map of Colorado where you can find it at a liquor store or a restaurant. You can follow us on Instagram, Mia Costa.
They're listening to us worldwide right now.
I love it.
And you
I love it.
You're in Mexico as well, so where can they find it?
In Mexico, we just started selling to Mexico. As of right now, you can only find it on Mexico City, but here in a couple months, we'll be able to sell on Amazon, and it'll be nationwide in Mexico. Oh. Amazon coming up. So follow us on social media, and we'll be posting, updating people when that goes live.
There you go. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.